Hello ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves today in an iconic livery in what is, or originally was, a very iconic car for Le Mans. There was actually a film made regarding the original version of this car, but we're taking today to the grind at the circuit, the WTC700, the Le Mans Spec 2 version of the car, the redesigned, the more modern version, the modern variant that we can take round the track and compete with. And as we arrive at the track, let me just do my due diligence.
GT Omega, stay ahead of the game.
I'm a GT Omega affiliate. GT Omega are a proud manufacturer and retailer of all things sim racing. I am proud to promote and present to you GT Omega products. I am sat in a GT Omega Prime race rig with full quad mount setup, sat in a Prime XL XS seat. You could own your own version of one of these, whether it be the Prime Lite, or a race chair that goes in front of your desk so you can sit at your desk nice and comfortably. Even any other variant of any type of race rig, GT Omega will supply to you using my discount code with 5% off any product you need. So my discount code is WIDDOW, WIDDOW. Please take yourself to that website. If you need anything at all race rig wise, please take a look through and purchase what you need from there. We'll see you on the track. So settings for today's race for the car. We're on racing hard tyres. We've managed to get the PP down to a reasonable value, just below the 700. Racing hard tyres with a fully customisable suspension, where we have changed nothing at all. We've got a fully customisable rear def set to 555. We've got downforce on the front at 400, which is the middle, and 700 on the rear. We could have probably fettled that a bit more, but I think we need the downforce in case it rains. The ECU fully customisable is set to 100, delivering us 479 brake horsepower with the power restrictor on 79%. Fully customisable racing gearbox set to 330. Again, if we went the manual, we could have probably saved a bit more PP. There is nothing else on here. We could probably add a bit more power, but we'll take the gears instead. All I've done is I've got the brake balance adjusted to the front. Assist settings are going to be traction control 1, ABS on weak, everything else off except for counter steer, which we're going to put on strong because we're grinding. We want to earn as much money as we can as quickly as possible. So let's see where we go. This race is normally with GR4 cars. It's a full fleet of GR4s, but we've got this GR3 car that's pegged back. It should give us a decent chance of a win, but it all depends on the weather. And we're going to talk about the Le Mans race and what's coming up and what's happening over the next couple of days. So let's get stuck in. First thing we've really got to get our eyes on is the fuel and see where that's going to take us. Not really doing great amounts with the fuel we've got there, are we? I've actually moved all my rig around the last couple of days, and my steering wheel now covers the fuel indicator, which isn't brilliant, I must admit. It's a bit of a head twist to get to see that. This car feels fairly fast. We're going to have a decent amount of run down the straight, I'd suggest. Bumped the car in front there, which was no good. See if we can pick up a tow from Mr. Hayward. We are 14 seconds down from the leaders. Yeah, I don't know if this has got a 6th. Has it got a 6th gear? Do we get a tap from Mr. Hayward? We don't. We get a little flash of the lights though. We go into 6th and he comes alongside. We're going to brake just a little bit later than him, I think. Going to dive in round his outside. He's going to bump us on the right, but we're going to get through that. Power away from him out the corner. Right. 2.8 laps of fuel. So we're going to have 3 laps out of this. Going to be a potential 2-stopper. 12.3 seconds behind the leaders. We're up to 13th place. Right. As we go around, let's discuss what we've got. So today, we've got our 8th entrant to the Widdowmaker Le Mans Make-A-Wish Endurance Challenge. The full 24-hour. As hosted in GT7. That additional entrant comes from Atlanta, Georgia, a team of 4. Aged between the ages of 57 and 17. It's tremendous to get somebody joining from somebody we don't race with and somebody who is wanting to have a crack at this. It's going to be a tremendous thing to have them along. And with that, it becomes highly apparent to me that I've got to get my finger out and start organising things. So I've sat down and I've built the driver pack, or finalised the driver pack at last. Got it into a readable form. It's huge. I didn't realise just how much it would go into it. I thought it was just a couple of lines, make things a little bit explanatory, you know, give people a good idea of what's going on, and then I realised just how much there is to explain. So I've got that printed off, and that's winged its way off to a couple of people who I know and love and trust, and they are going to just give it a once over and make sure it's adequate, and then we'll get it posted out and sent to the entrance. I'm looking forward to the event on the 25th, so just to confirm, on the 25th, which is next week, not this weekend coming, the weekend after, there is a 4-hour race of Spa. A little something to drive these cars around. A little 4-hour endurance to give either the entrants who are going to go solo a little taster of a 4-hour session. Really get into how the car is going to feel. We overran that white line there. Picked ourselves up a 5-second penalty. That's never good. So we're going to give the entrants, the soloists, a little taste of what 4 hours feels like, knowing you've got to do that 6 times. It's more than a marathon, this, you know. A marathon, 26 and so odd miles. This is going to be 24 hours. You know, a marathon, a reasonable runner cracks it out in 4 hours. A casual runner knocks it out in 8. This is 3 times that. Through the night. It's a proper endurance event, and it can't be sniffed at. It can't be, you know, just ignored. Just what kind of event that's going to be. I know you're not going to be moving tremendously, but you're going to be lapping all sorts of weather, all sorts of conditions. You know, it's just going to be tremendously hard, and I honestly expect somebody to stick their head up at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, can't do this, I've got to go and get my head down. And it's like, yep, go and do it. Go and get an hour or two's kit. Go on, just get yourself refreshed, get out of it. Or just park in the pits, go take that quick shower, go have something to eat. Get yourself refueled, because I can't imagine what it's going to be like at this point. Just getting out there and trying to grind out just 12 hours. You know, we're going to start at 3 p.m. We're going to, at 3 a.m., 12 hours in, you're going to be some 200 laps. 200 laps. And at that 12-hour point, say for example last night, I did a stream from 6 till midnight. Only really, well, didn't I? Raced all the way through it. Different races, different stopping and starting. But I stayed in this seat apart from 2 bathroom breaks that were less than 2 minutes. And it felt really comfortable and really easy. Could I do that 4 times in a row? no idea. You know, I need to get a feel for it, and that's why we're going to Spa. We're just going to break up this little bit of practice with a 4-hour race. Now, not everybody has to do the 4 hours. For the team guys, they can do a bit of a seat swapping if they've got people that can be close. If not, we'll have a full server of 16 drivers, I think, with what we've got. See if we can get everybody in. It'll be tremendous to try something different as we just slip into 3rd place on the back door of Mr. Portilla. Just need to see that fuel gauge, 1.4 laps. So we're going to struggle for fuel here, so I'm just going to back it off just a wee bit so we can get round to the end of lap 3, and then I'm going to focus on the rain. We've got rain coming in. Question is, do we take the risk? We're going to get past Mr. McEwen anyway. Rain looked like it's coming. The question is how hard is it coming? Two laps of fuel. I think we should stay on 3 for a minute, and then we should just assess just what rain is coming. I'm looking at that little dark patch behind that rain bank, that cloud bank. 1.2 laps of fuel. It's telling us to think about pitting. I'm not gonna though. Oh, we just picked up extra points as the front end just slides through. I think we're going to be alright. Yeah, there's 1.5 seconds. That's probably be the death of us. So we're into the rain now. It's clouding over. Rain should be falling lightly. Racing hard tyres are just showing signs of wear. I think they would probably go the whole race, in all fairness. We are going to get a little downpour as we go down here, but I'm kind of hoping that it backs away and it doesn't give us a true dampener. It is coming down. Oh, we just picked up another penalty. Yeah, look at that. That rain bank's not going to give us much at all. Then we're going to get through 2.5 seconds. Happy days. We're going to get through to the next chunk of rain. We're 6 seconds clear. That's 0.9 laps of fuel. We're going to go to fuel map 2, see if we can just put a little bit more gusto into it. Got to be aware of the rear of the car and how much it wants to step out. So what's going to be the difference between this kind of race and the Le Mans event? What's going to be different for the drivers? Well, tyre wear isn't a thing at Le Mans in 1-1, where you've got fuel consumption 1 and tyre wear 1, time 1. There isn't any real tyre wear. And by that I mean it's going to be easy enough for a car to go an entire stint on softs, except in the rain of course, but if it's openly dry and sunny, which I anticipate it will be for the first 4 or 5 hours, we made a rule up between the guys that we would set the conditions, we would match the conditions of France where the race is to the start of the race, and we would put that first section, that first 3-4 hours of the race to confirm and match the settings that are in France. So after that it's entirely random, so we might get rain, we might not. It will be tremendously difficult if that rain happens through the night, which will be shocking, but we'll just have to see what happens. Right, half a lap of fuel. We've got penalties to give up here. The track is drying out. There's not a massive amount of rain, so we're going to be comfortable. The rain hasn't really wet the track. We're 10 seconds in the lead. We're going to give up 2.5 of those seconds here now. Maybe more. But then we're going to the pits. 11 seconds, 12 seconds up, so we're still gaining. Just a little sprinkle of the rain comes again. I'm kind of looking at that rain radar thinking, we're going to get away with this. So the only major difference, I'll just continue with that bit I was talking about earlier. The only major difference is then is going to be the speed. And the competition factor. The competition factor is going to be immense. You're going to have some drivers going absolutely bang out to win the race and really get the laps in early. So we're going into the pits here. Going to try and build up a race-winning lead at the start, or they're going to anticipate that they're going to be able to, and they're going to want to. Then we've got things like damage to consider. You've got full real car damage that has to be repaired, which is going to take its time. Pit stops are going to take in excess of 2 minutes because we've got the fuel fill on 1. So it's going to take some time. We're going to get a view of the car here. You're going to get to see that skin in all its splendour. This was downloaded off the internet. We've got lots of people pitting this time. This is downloaded from Showcase. It's a great rendition. Whether it's 100% historic, I don't know, but I just like the Gulf livery, fuel going in. Goodyear tyres? Don't know. But it'll be happy. It'll do. Away we go. So Mr. Mangiano just picks up the lead there. So that's an unusual thing. Is that Mr. Mangiano in the Mitzi? Well, he's Italian. I kind of expect that to be an Italian car, the 4C or something, but it's not, is it? Looking at the shape of the car, I had to squint there to look at that through the monitor. There he be. It is what looks like a Mitsubishi to me. Mr. McEwen is chasing us down at 4 seconds. And it looks like the rain bank is at the end. We're just going to pop out of that in any moment. So we changed tyres. We probably didn't need to, but hey ho, that's 4 seconds thrown away. We've got all that fuel again. We should be in fuel map 2, I would suggest. I'm going to just have a gander at that at the moment as we come barreling into here. Yeah, fuel map 2. That's going to deliver us the 3 laps. I'm sure it will. If it doesn't, we're going to struggle. Yeah, I think we're going to be good. Are we going to go around the outside, or are we going to go narrow? Let's go narrow. Something like 32 days left until the race, which is tremendous. Just a month. So, as I said previously, I don't know if I have, we've now got significantly major prizes for the event. We've got some Widdowmaker mugs. And if I was a little bit more handy with my fingers, I'd try and show you those as we're doing the lap as we drive. That would be quite cool to be able to do that. Should we have a go at that next time we hit the Mulsanne Straight? Should we see if we can get a mug out and show you what it's about, and then try and get it away in the box and not destroy it? No, we'll do it at the end. We'll see if we can. Next time we go in the pit, we'll give you a little example. But the idea is that we've had a couple of mugs made. They're just test samples. They're just little things that might be a thing in the future. Don't know if there's enough demand. We might knock some up. I know I've been having people say, "Oh, you can do this, you can do that. That would be good." Well, I agree. It would be good if we can do that and this and the other thing. But we have to have some form of outlet, some form of shop, some form of retail point where we can make these available to you and be able to afford to do it. We're only a tiny streamer, we're only a tiny internetter, YouTuber, and I don't know if the demand is there to do a full branded retail shop. I really don't think that it's there, but you never know. Run up to Christmas, get some stocking fillers out there, you know, you never know. We'll see what does. It might be a way, it might be a thing. We've been to the pits, haven't we? We're flying past 2.2 laps. This might be one of those situations where we think, do we think we can get an extra lap? No, I don't think we can. 11 seconds in the lead. Ooh, we're between rain banks and there's a new one up there. Mr. Mangiano has now gone for fuel, so he's stretched. Well, he hasn't stretched his fuel. Mr. McEwen and him had literally gone and pushed for the front, which is great. Are they going to be able to hold out over Portilla? Hayward's in behind them. McEwen's got so much more fuel. McEwen should be able to take the leap there. I mean, we've got to genuinely consider whether we need to stop again. I think we do. We do hold the fastest lap of the race, 4:07.154. We're 23 seconds ahead of Portilla. Sun's just breaking through again. Are we going to hit that second bank of rain? You can see it there on the screen in the middle. Is that going to be a thing, or do we have to consider pitting for tyres again at a really early critical point? Or are we going to be able to complete lap 6 and then pit in for 1 lap of fuel? We've never won this race in 6 laps. You need rain to be able to get it down to 6. We haven't had that much significant rain, so away we go. Let's keep charging. We're pushing for the front. Up to 6th gear. It really should be a fuel saving gear, that 6th one. Should be able to get up to that 6th gear early and let it roll. We're half a second up. The short shifting just to try and give us that time in the pits that we need. I know we need to minimise that time in the pits, don't we? .30 seconds in the lead now as we come charging up this part of the circuit. We're going to dive down here, try not to catch any slipperiness, make the turn. Track does look greasy wet, so this rain is now pretty evident as to what it's going to be. It's going to be a short section of cloud with 2 downpours. Now we could get quite a bit of heavy rain, but we're going to bank on the fact that actually we're just going to glance through it, and if we do get any rain, it's not going to be significant enough to destroy the lap time. It's just looking at the bottom of the rain cloud there underneath the steering wheel. Ooh, we just managed to hold that, but we're going to get a penalty, which is not good. We lost around 1/4 of a second there to to the overrun. We managed to get away with the penalty because we braked all the way through it. 35 seconds ahead of Portillo. We've got enough fuel to get to the end of lap 6, but there's going to be a pit stop involved, isn't there? There is. As the rain comes down. So we're going to need another pit stop after this. 4:06.757. So we beat it by 0.6 of a lap, which was pretty handy. Right, that's the first rain bank gone through, the first dash of rain. We're just going to get another smattering as it comes past us again. Or are we going to be sneaky and manage to windle our way between two little banks of rain there? The car is performing really quite well on these hard tyres in these greasy, slippery conditions. So I was talking about prizes. Widdowmaker have donated a Pro 2.0 chair of your choice, or a half a race rig, the steering wheel controller stand, the steering wheel stand. You get the choice of one or the other. They've donated 3 limited edition Widdowmaker no longer produced rucksacks, backpacks, if that's the better name for them. I've got a pair of Widdowmaker gloves here, brand new, already gifted. I'm going to donate a Widdowmaker Fanatec steering wheel clamp for a race rig. It's not suitable for mine, but it might be suitable for you. That's worth, it's worth 3 tickets, put it that way. If you get 1 ticket because you've got a membership and you win that one, then well done, that will be down to you. What else have we got as prizes? We've got 2 mugs, 2 Widdowmaker mugs. We've also got from JB Designs, we've got a free skin of your choice. JB actually charges to make skins on various platforms, and he's going to give up his time to make you a skin for a car of your choice. You get the freedom to design it, he'll make it, and he'll fettle it to your preference. That's got to be worth 20 quid of anybody's money, so there you go. £20, $20. Just thinking about what other prizes we have or will have. We're going to have a t-shirt, a race t-shirt from the Dutch, one of the Dutch teams are going to donate a race t-shirt. We're going to have to see whatever else we've got coming through. But the prizes are building every day. There's always something a little more in our hope to raise some money. If you are an organisation out there, just try and say it. It doesn't roll off the tongue. And you would like some airtime and a little bit of promotion of your establishment, if you're something to do with motor racing or anything, and you've got a couple of freebie giveaway t-shirts, sweatshirts, company jacket, something like that, and you would like us to promote you, and you alongside giving something to the Make-A-Wish organisation, we're more than welcome to do so. If you want to get those items to me, get in touch and we'll get those in for the raffle, we'll get them in for the draw. It'll be extremely warmly welcomed. Right, I think we've got to go to the pits. 0.3 fuel. Ooh, as we cross the white line, as I was struggling to see. We get a 1 second penalty just for the last lap. Here we go then. We're not going to change tyres. We're just going to take the fuel. I definitely need to move my steering wheel, don't I? So that we can see that part of the screen. We might have to move all our monitors up a fraction. That's what we might be doing. So we're 53 seconds in the lead at this point, and I'll get myself a drink. 53 seconds in the lead. We had 9% of fuel left when we came in. Oop, too much fuel. That went up very, very quickly from the point that I started to consume my little refreshment there. But we're going to go to fuel map 1. Oh, poor Tiller's gone to the pit anyway, so he's following the same format, a double pit scenario. We could probably have fuel map 6 that and not had to do that last pit stop. Here we go then, on to the final lap. We've got the fastest lap of the race of 4:06.757. We're charging down the start of the Mulsanne straight here, coming down to the first chicane. A helicopter above us looking to capture our environment as we rattle through the environment, should I say. Oh, we've just missed that. Oh dear. I anticipate the penalty points are going to go racking up there. Half a second for that. Oh wow. We are 40 seconds ahead of Mr. Kevelam. Mr. McEwen in third. Where did Mr. Kevelam come from? My word. Portilla down at fourth. Hizal in fifth. Kawakami sixth. Mangiano maintaining that seventh place. You'd have expected him to be further up. Haywood in eighth. They've lost out via the pit stops as well, haven't they? They've been pitting frequently. Probably pitted 3 times. I think McEwen could have probably done that last stop without a stop, so can't see him in the mirror. They're 43 seconds behind. We didn't change tyres at the last stop, so whatever we saved we didn't actually worry about. Onto the gravel there, that wasn't great. So here we go then. Again, this is a car that is tremendously hampered by the reduction in PP. Handling wise, I think it needs more downforce, to be honest. It slides a lot on these hard tyres. It would be much happier, I think, in a world with mediums or softs. Tyre wear, absolutely not a thing on this car in this race. We could have probably done the whole race on a set of hards. Again, we benefit from very little rain, which is tremendous. They definitely seem to have backed the rain off a bit for this race since the last update. Just going to see how we go, aren't we? And here we go, last couple of corners. Well, it's been a tremendous car. More about the skin than about the vehicle itself. There you go, folks. There's another car for you to take on the WTC700 at Les Sarthes at Le Mans. One of the most iconic circuits in the race of the World Touring Car Series. There you have it. 4 minutes 17 seconds with the fastest lap of the race. There she is. Stunning car. Absolutely lovely. Very jealous of Mr. Clarkson for having one. There it is, the Ford GTLM race car Spec 2 in Gulf livery colours. Finished 49 seconds ahead of the field, Mr. Kevelam. Very unusual second place finisher. 2 minutes 35 of the last car, Mr. Lopez. And we put in the fastest lap of the race. Lap 5 of 4:06.757. And there you have it. That should net us 825,000 credits, which breaks the 21 million. We are moving on up. And there you have it. Well, there it is, folks. If you want to join us on the weekend of the 15th and 16th of June, please do so. It's going to be a fantastic event. Just drop in for half an hour if you've got the time. Come and say hello. Come and see if I'm asleep, but keep me awake. We'll see you on the next one. All the best, folks. Take care. See you now.